Hello, warriors. Welcome back to our chakra balancing series. My name is Lana Raymer, and today we are still yet moving up the body. We have already worked our way through the root chakra and through the sacral chakra, and now we're moving up to the solar plexus. This is the third chakra, the last one of what's considered the bottom three. And then we have one that is kind of the gateway between the lower world and the upper world, and we'll talk about that next week. And then we'll have three up top that, again, we will get to. Solar plexus is a really, really important chakra. It is located a few inches above the navel, and even in popular culture, one of the famous quotes that are attributed to Bruce Lee is him saying, my every move, my every punch starts from the solar plexus, starts from the core. You can think of your solar plexus chakra, this energy center, as the center of your core. It is associated with color yellow, and the element is fire. And on the physical level, with the physical body, the part of the body that the solar plexus is associated with is the digestive system. And it really makes sense because in Ayurvedic tradition, our digestion is known as the digestive fire. It's the fire of transformation. It's what is transforming food that we take into our body and breaks it down, transforms it into the nutrients that can then be taken up by our bloodstream and delivered to become the building blocks of our body. So this is where the biggest transformation happens. So it really makes sense for the digestive system to have that element of fire associated with it. That is also the reason why in a lot of these traditional health practices don't recommend drinking cold water or especially ice water. There's a fun saying that my herb school teacher taught us: ice is not nice, because ice water lowers the temperature of your stomach, therefore it puts out the digestive fire, so your digestion doesn't actually work as well to break down the food into those nutrients that your body needs. So if you're one of those people who likes to have a big glass of ice water with your meals, maybe try not doing that once and see how that works for you. If you feel like your digestive system is working a little bit more efficiently. So the attributes of the solar plexus chakra, our seat of I will, I do. This is a very powerful, very action-oriented chakra. This is the house of our willpower, our self-esteem, the way we go out into the world and showcase ourselves in the world. It's also the place of laughter and joy and being confident in yourself. So some of the attributes are personal strength, comprehension, self-esteem, self-approval, gut instinct, knowing what's wrong or what's right. Personal boundaries is a really big one. Willpower, social identity, self-control, radiance, inner harmony, and inner joy. So think of it as sort of the sunshine of your body. A lot of times, part of the reason why we call it the solar plexus is because of that fiery solar energy of doing things, of willpower, very yang, very masculine energy in this chakra, of being confident, of having this laughter, joy, just like a bright sunny day. So some of the things that can manifest in the physical body when this chakra is out of balance are eating disorders and allergies. Again, because the digestive system is so intrinsically linked to this energy center. Any sort of problems with digestion, hypoglycemia, diabetes, chronic fatigue, depression, pancreas, liver, or gallbladder issues. So anything associated with the organs that assist the digestive system. So what kind of attributes can we see when this chakra is overactive or underactive? Or when it has balanced energy. When there's excessive energy, when there's sort of too much of the yang energy being fed into the solar plexus, we become hyperactive, self-centered, overly bossy, stubborn, and arrogant. So this is sort of the shadow side, the not so pleasant extreme side of this energy center. With deficient energy, when there's not enough energy being fed into the solar plexus, we feel passive, weak willed, we get stuck in victim mentality, we have low energy, and we feel aimless. So all that willpower, all that ability to go out and do things in the world, that kind of dissipates. When we have balanced energy in this center, we feel properly assertive, we feel self-disciplined, we have good digestion, we feel confident, courageous, and purposeful. And those are, again, a lot of the qualities that we strive for in our daily life, to be able to go out and do the things that we set our sights on. It's really interesting to see the progression through the chakras, how the root chakra gives us that base, that stability, that belonging in this world, that confidence. Then the sacral allows us to feel into things and figure out what our desires are and what it is that we want in the world. And then with the solar plexus, we have the willpower and the confidence and the self-discipline to go and make those things happen. So we are going to go through a little visualization and guided meditation in order to feed more energy into your solar plexus, and then I will share some recommendations on the things you can do, super easy stuff on a daily basis, to feed more energy and open up and make your solar plexus chakra more vibrant, more alive. So go ahead and take a comfortable seat. It can be on a block, on a cushion, on the floor, in a chair, couch, doesn't matter. You're welcome to lie down as well. If you're sitting, ground your sit bones into the support underneath you. Reach your crown up gently so that your posture is relaxed, yet alert and erect spine. Relax your shoulders. And then gently blink your eyes to close. Coming to a more internal experience. As you do, begin to take long, deep breaths. Inhale first into your belly. Let it expand like a balloon. Then fill up your lungs. Exhale the same way. First, bring your navel towards your spine. Push your air out of the belly. And then empty out the lungs. Allow the shoulders to lower down. Take a few cycles of breath just like that. Inhaling into the belly. Once there is no more room in the belly, fill up the lungs. And then draw your navel towards your spine, empty out the belly, and empty out the lungs. And as you breathe here, bring your attention gently to your solar plexus. That space that houses your diaphragm, that space a couple of inches above your navel. And begin to visualize a ball of yellow light, pulsating and spinning in the very center of your body. You can also visualize it and kind of imagining it as a little sun. Because for this energy center, with its energy of fire, and we call the solar plexus having such potent solar energy, it's a very appropriate analogy to imagine your own little sun shining brightly burning hot in your solar plexus. As you continue to breathe, visualize yourself feeding air, feeding oxygen, and feeding energy into that ball of yellow light with each inhale. As you are feeding it energy, watch it become brighter. Maybe it's getting bigger. Maybe it's burning hotter, and you are starting to feel warmth in your solar plexus and your belly. Or maybe you notice your entire body kind of beginning to get a little warmer. Maybe it's a little hot in the room all of a sudden. Maybe you're feeling like taking your sweater off. Notice any sensations that arise as you are increasing the awareness and the energy in your solar plexus. And then continuing to focus your attention on feeding energy into the solar plexus. Silently to yourself, repeat these affirmations after me. I can express my feelings in safe ways. I am entitled to my feelings and know they may be different. I am all about confirming my gifts and talents. I am aware I have the courage to love all of me. I am aware of my strength in expression of feelings. I accept my widening perspective. I'm open to new ways of viewing old stuff. I am willing to make new starts in my relationships. I am on fire and infused with positive, creative energy. I love and accept myself completely. Take another deep breath into your solar plexus center, feeling the sensations of confidence, self-love, discipline, willpower, joy, embodiment of all things sunshine, like you just lit up your internal sunshine. And then on your next exhalation, gently bow your chin down to your chest. Blink your eyes open and lift your eyes back to the horizon. I hope that after engaging in this visualization and affirmation for the solar plexus, you are feeling more confident, more on fire. And I wanted to offer a couple of just super easy extra recommendations on how to feed your solar plexus energy, how to feed that energy of confidence, and also take care of it on the physical level with your digestive system. So one of the first thing is considering not drinking super cold water or ice water, drinking water or any other drinks that are room temperature or a little warmer. Also helpful is consumption of spices. So things like cinnamon, cardamom, black pepper, all of those spices have sort of that fiery energy in them, and they help the digestive system to function properly. And so it's really nice to feed that. So if you have maybe never tried chai tea, that's a really great way. It's black tea with a lot of different spices in them, and you can add some honey and a little bit of milk, and it's a very delicious way to nurture and feed your digestive system, as well as the energy of the solar plexus chakra with the fiery spices in them. In terms of yoga poses, anything that engages the core is going to be very helpful. Any kind of core work, strengthening the core physically, will also help you strengthen the energetic core, the confidence, the willpower. So boat pose, where you engage your core, planks, where, especially forearm plank, where you're really engaging the core, any type of, not necessarily yoga, but any type of crunches or core work is going to be very, very helpful. And on the other hand, things like floor bow pose, anything that intensely opens up the front of the body and stretches the front of the body and stretches the solar plexus. So bow is really good for that. Is going to be helpful with opening it up and sort of taking any stagnation out of it. Lastly, twists. Any sort of twisting pose where we kind of scrunch up the body back and forth is also very beneficial, both for your digestive system. It really helps with smooth digestion, but also helps with squeezing out any negative energy, squeezing out any stagnation out of the solar plexus, and helping the new energy, fresh energy, come in and get infused into that energy center. Some of the other things that you can do is making a list that you admire, of things that you admire and love about yourself, right? To boost that confidence, to boost that love and acceptance of yourself. Deep breaths into the diaphragm, just like we did today, first breathing into the belly and only then into the lungs, and exhaling the same way. That type of breath work is extremely beneficial for the solar plexus, for that energy there. Being exposed to sunlight. Please be safe, of course. Start small. Start with a couple minutes a day until you get you can work your tolerance up, and always be safe in the sun, obviously. But exposure to sunlight, to that energy and the fire of the sun, also helps feed the energy of the solar plexus. Also, being exposed to just the fire element, bonfire, fireplace. If none of those are accessible, a candle, right? Lighting a candle and just gazing onto a candle and getting exposure to that fire element can be very, very helpful. And any kind of meditations where you can, say, I love myself, I respect myself, I accept myself, are also going to be very, very helpful. If you, like myself, are into aromatherapy, some of the essential oils that are wonderful to apply to the solar plexus, that are going to help boost the energy there, are going to be, so the two top oils that you will want to use here are bergamot. Bergamot is a citrusy, and it's wonderful in terms of feeding that sort of fiery solar element. And bergamot is known as the oil of self-acceptance. And cassia, it's from the cinnamon family. It smells very similar to cinnamon. Being a spice, it also supports the digestive system, but cassia is known as the oil of self-assurance. It gives us a lot of confidence, and it gives us a lot of belief in ourselves and in our power in the world. Thank you so much for connecting. I really appreciate you being here. I hope this was helpful for you. Namaste, and have a wonderful rest of your week.